Let's start with a closer look at the Trend Explorer section, which offers easy access to the SONAR trend universe. Get an overview of the most relevant trends by browsing the list and reading the descriptions. In the list view, you can sort, rank, categorize, and filter the most relevant trends according to your own criteria. For example, you can sort trends by volume, growth, or momentum. Volume is a score based on the number of articles relating to a trend relative to all articles in the SONAR index. Growth is a score based upon the year-over-year growth of volume. Momentum is a score calculated on the basis of the month-over-month growth of volume. Above, you can choose to display between three SONAR trend universe categories: society trends, consumer trends, or industry trends, or you can select all. You can also choose to display just your favorite trends. Now let's get to business and do some trend analysis. SONAR comes with a broad range of predefined trends, but it also allows for the ability to create your own trends with the trend editor. In this video, we are going to see how to analyze some of the predefined trends SONAR comes with out of the box. Using the search bar, you can easily find the trends you are looking for. Let's say we want to look deeper into e-mobility and related trends. Through the search bar, we can easily find the entry for e-mobility. Clicking on it will open a window, allowing us to see all of the so-called signals the trend is constituted by, as well as the full trend description. In the SONAR trend universe, signals are essentially the keywords highly relevant to a particular topic that can be expected to occur frequently in the related publications. Any trend created within SONAR is made up of signals. Below, you also see a number of related trends that share signals with the trend in question. We also see a trend development button. Let's click on it. Now, we find ourselves in the right place to analyze e-mobility as a trend. The chronological development shows how the volume for a trend developed over time. Per default, the range is set to represent the last 12 months, in this case, all of 2019. Moreover, all regions, source, and signal types are selected in the filters area. In many cases, however, it may make sense to broaden the range to really get the big picture. That way, we can also see whether significant-looking drops, such as the one we see here for the second half of 2019, are unusual, or possibly just a seasonal fluctuation that is typical for the trend in question. To do that, we need to set a custom range. SONAR supports historical data going back as far as January 2013, giving us a chance to see how e-mobility as a trend has developed over a 7-year span. Interesting. Immediately, we can see that overall, the volume for e-mobility has been steadily on the rise, with the highest peaks occurring in 2018 and 2019. Yet we also notice an unusually big drop in volume in the second half of 2019. In fact, it's the biggest drop in the last 4 years. Of course, SONAR can tell us much more than the chronological development of a trend. Scrolling down, you can see many more interesting insights from the topic and source side. The topic distribution section categorizes the topic fields related to a trend on the basis of steep categories that are common in business strategy. We see that economy is the dominant steep category, and automotive the dominant topic by a vast margin. The source distribution section below tells us that mass media and expert blog articles unsurprisingly have the highest share of volume among the source types. On the right, we also see which particular sources generate the highest volume of articles. However, we should keep in mind that currently, our filters are set to incorporate all topic and source types. The topic and source distributions will vary depending on the filters. To change the filters, we can either scroll up to the filter selection area or simply click on a steep category or source type. Let's try it out. Clicking on Environment will also set the topic filter accordingly. Now we see that the topic distribution has changed significantly, with climate change now the #1 topic. We get a different source makeup as well. It's also often a good idea to look at the chronological development filtered by particular sources. Patents, scientific publications, expert blogs, and mass media. Currently, our filters are set to incorporate all of these source types. Of course, with the different filters, we get a different volume development graph as well. Let's try some different filters, choosing technology as our sole topic and scientific publications as the sole source type. We again see a whole new story that we can investigate further with SONAR at will. Scrolling further down, we can discover some other functions that SONAR has to offer. In the country distribution section, we can see what countries contribute the most to the trend volume. Below the graphs is an article section that is likely to find frequent use. Here, you can access all the articles relevant to our trend query. Per default, the articles are sorted by importance, calculated on the basis of a unique score. You also have the option to sort them by publishing date. On the left, you can see which STEEP category an article falls into, its publishing date, and country of origin. Simply click on an article to read it on its source website. Now that we have the basics of trend analysis with SONAR covered, it's time to show you how you can compare trends with SONAR. All you have to do is press this button above the chronological development graph. Let's reset our filters and search for autonomous driving. You might want to switch to the line graph view to better see what is going on here. The lines do look very similar, even though autonomous driving consistently displays a lower volume. However, if we change source filter to patents and scientific papers only, we can see clearly how autonomous driving grew as a trend within the scientific community. You can add up to 4 trends to compare. This is everything you need to know to start analyzing and comparing trends with SONAR.